Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education based Indiana High School Athletic Association varsity boys basketball game. It'll be the first game of the season for both teams. And we'll mention tonight's radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO, that's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. That's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM. Or you can go to WIBC.com. Tonight's game is going to feature the Tri-Central Trojans as they visit the Tipton Blue Devils. We'll talk a little bit about each school. We'll mention first for the visiting team on the scoreboard, that is the Tri-Central Trojans. Their school was founded in 1970. We'll mention for the scrimmage last week, I have on good authority to my right the faithful fan for the Trojans. She said they played, double check here, she said Central Christian Academy. First time for that to happen. And we'll mention Tri-Central. They're in Class 1A. Sectional 55. There are 8 in their sectional. In their sectional are alphabetically the Cowan Blackhawks, Daleville Broncos, North Miami Warriors, Northfield Norsemen, Southern Wells Raiders, Southwood Knights, Tri-Central Trojans, Westdale Warriors. At Tri-Central High School, the principal is Adam Long. The athletic director is Andy Steele. The athletic trainer is Kara Ball, and the student athletic trainer is Ellie Taylor. Tri-Central High School is located at 2115 West 500 North, Sharpsville, Indiana, 46068. You can dial them by telephone at 765-963-2560. On the website, it's tri-centraltrojans.com. That's tri-centraltrojans.com. They wear the colors royal blue, gold, and white. And they are meeting out in front of the scores bench right now. The captains and the officials going to have a little bit of a meeting there. We'll mention Tri-Central. They perform in the Hoosier Heartland Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Heartland. Alphabetically, they are the Carroll Cougars, Clinton Central Bulldogs, Clinton Prairie Gophers, the Delphi Oracles, the Eastern Comets, Sheridan Blackhawks, Taylor Titans, and the Tri-Central Trojans. As mentioned, Tri-Central on the season getting ready to play their first game. They have no record. Their head coach is Mr. Cam Hindman. Cam Hindman, he's got 29 wins, 42 losses. He's working in year number 4 at Tri-Central High School. I will mention I saw Mr. Gary Rue down there before the game. He's sitting by athletic director Andy Steele. Gary Rue, if you didn't know, he's like 6'6", 6'7". Played college basketball in the state of Michigan. He told me a while back, I can't remember, that Gary Rue, one of the best men you'll ever see on planet Earth. And again, we'll mention head coach Cam Hindman for the Tri-Central Trojans. Next game on the agenda for Tri-Central will happen on Friday, December 5th. At 7:30 for the varsity start. It will be Cowan, the Blackhawks, at Tri-Central. 9 minutes left here on the pregame clock. We'll mention a little bit about the Tipton Blue Devils. Tipton Blue Devils, their school founded in 1962. They are Class 2A, Sectional 39. There are 6 in their sectional. Alphabetically, they are the Elwood Panthers, Frankton Eagles, Lapel Bulldogs, Sheridan Blackhawks, Taylor Titans, and the Tipton Blue Devils. The principal at Tipton High School is Mr. Craig Leach. The athletic director is Mr. Colin Quinn. The athletic trainer is Mr. Burke Emmerts. Tipton High School is located at 619 North Main Street, Tipton, Indiana 46072. You can dial them by telephone at 765 675 7431. On the website, athletic website, it's TiptonAthletics.com. They wear the colors blue and white as they jog into the locker room with 7:50 left on the pregame. They wear the colors blue and white. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Athletic, and we'll mention in the East Division. Alphabetically, it's Hamilton Heights, the Huskies, and Logansport, they are the Berries, Tipton Blue Devils, and the Western Panthers. In the West Division of the Hoosier Conference, there are 5 teams, and they are the Benton Central Bison, Central Catholic Knights, Rensselaer Central Bombers, Twin Lakes Indians, and the West Lafayette Red Devils. Tipton Blue Devils, as you know, they are also 0-0 on the season. This is going to be game 1. Last week, they did their scrimmaging against the Delphi Oracles. The head coach of the Tipton Blue Devils, head coach, going to work in his first year at Tipton High School, first year overall. He's a young guy, pretty young man, and his name is Tommy Newton. Tommy Newton working in game number 1 here in about 10 minutes. And we'll mention the next game on the agenda for the Blue Devils. They're also going to have about 10 days off. It's going to be Friday, December 5th, 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. It's going to be the Frankfurt Hot Dogs. They'll be here with the Tipton Blue Devils. We'll mention a little bit about games happening tonight. Games happening tonight first. We'll mention in the Hoosier Conference. Hoosier Conference on Tuesday, the 25th of November. We'll mention them. 6 games on the agenda. All of them are 7:30 except for one. That's the Rensselaer Central Bomber game. That's a time zone change. We'll mention Benton Central Bison are at Frontier Falcons. 8 o'clock start. It's Kankakee Valley Cougars at the Rensselaer Central Bombers. And it's McCutcheon Mavericks at the West Lafayette Red Devils. Twin Lakes Indians are at the Winnemac Warriors. Western Panthers are in Kokomo tonight. They're going against the Wildcats. And a 7:30 start right here. Tri-Central Trojans in the Pilgrims Cup going against the Tipton Blue Devils. And I will mention tomorrow night, 3 other teams in the Hoosier Conference will play tomorrow night. Those conference teams are Hamilton Heights, Logansport, and Central Catholic Knights. We'll talk a little bit about the Hoosier Heartland. Hoosier Heartland Conference, they have 9 teams in that conference. They have 3 teams in action tonight. Basketball tonight on Tuesday, November 25th. Tonight in action, they're all 7:30 games. It's Clinton Central Bulldogs at Bethesda Christian. Bethesda Christian, they have a head coach I'm pretty fond of. He's quite a gentleman. I love it when I get to do his games. That is Coach John Gruboms. Coach John Gruboms, I have to look up at him. He's about 6'6". He's got a win-loss ratio of 85 wins, 43 losses. He's working in year number 6 at Bethesda Christian. Also tonight in the Hoosier Heartland, it's the Lewis Cats Kings. They're on the road. They are at the Carroll Cougars. That's in Flora, Indiana. And the final game tonight in the Hoosier Heartland is the Tri-Central Trojans right here with the Tipton Blue Devils. And tomorrow night, we'll mention Wednesday night, Hoosier Heartland. There are 3 games, and I'll just mention of all 7:30 starts. Clinton Prairie Gophers at the Frankfurt Hot Dogs. Delphi Oracles at the Rossville Hornets, and that is an early season conference game. And then also, I'll mention tomorrow night, it's going to be the Franklin Eagles at the Taylor Titans. And I'm going to let you know that Coach Robert Wannell, he got a new job. He's going to coach. He's going to coach a larger school. The head coach now at Taylor is Fonzo White. Taylor Titans, former head coach. I got to mention that is Coach Robert Wannell. And I got to let you know, at his stay at Taylor, he had 4 seasons, which included double-digit wins. Let me take that back. 14 seasons out of 7. I should take that back. Yeah, 4 seasons. That's it. 4 seasons in his tenure at Taylor, double-digit wins. And he's going to coach this year at Speedway at the Spark Plugs. And he'll move there. And Robert Wannell, we hope the best for him. What a gentleman. So the Blue Devils out of the locker room. We'll mention the Tri-Central Trojans back out on the floor taking some shots. And while we're talking about it, we got to mention Tipton High School. Tipton High School Blue Devils. I'm going to mention the top 5 all-time scoring leaders. Now, this is in 4 years of accumulation, how many points they got. At the very top at Tipton High School is none other than Mike Crawford. I saw him get 40 consecutive years at the semi-state, and that was in the semi-state game his junior and senior year. He got 40, and they barely got beat. He got beat 1 year by 1. I think the other one might have been 3 points. He's got 2,104 points accumulated in 4 years at Tipton. He's number 1. At number 2, it's Mason Degenkolb. I always like saying Degenkolb. He had a sister played very well too. Went on and played college. Mason Degenkolb, 1,723 points. At number 3, none other than the point guard for the Purdue Boilermakers. That's Mr. Matt Waddell. Matt Waddell, 1,677 points. He would not have done that if he did not have the help of his dad, Mr. Phil Waddell, one of the best persons I know, and that's a fact. At number 4, it's Grady Carpenter. Grady Carpenter entered the board this year. He's playing college ball now. I think he's at Grace College. Grace or Bethel, I can't remember. But Grady Carpenter, 1,629 points. And just behind him, he graduated a year earlier than Grady. That's Nolan Swan. Nolan Swan, 1,573 points. You will not find a better young man than a Nolan Swan. So that's how they line up. Top 5 at Tipton High School. 25 seconds, clock rolling down. I'm sorry, I do not have the starting lineup for the Tri-Central Trojans. I do have the starting lineup for the Tipton Blue Devils. They're getting ready to buzz out here in about 14 seconds. We're going to hear the Tipton band and the national anthem. We'll mention common opponents. Common opponents for Tipton and Tri-Central. This year, they will each play Frankton. And we'll mention Tri-Central will play them after the first of the year. Tipton will play them on the 6th. That's coming right up. They'll also play against Taylor, and they'll also play against the Clinton Prairie Gophers. And we're going to set this down for the national anthem. That was a Tipton Blue Devil band there on the stage. That was an abbreviated band right there, but they sounded excellent. So, basketball on a Tuesday night. So, we'll mention starting lineups. Tri-Central. Tri-Central Trojans going to start like this. I'll use public dress fill. Number 10, Raja Diaz. He's 6'5". Number 14, Brody Arnold. He's a senior, 5'9". 22, 5'9", sophomore, Cooper Leininger. 24, Logan Sargent, 5'9", senior. And number 40, Jay Jankowiak, senior, 6'4". The Blue Devils will start like this tonight. Wearing number 2, he's 6'2". He's a junior, that's Peyton Aller. Wearing number 4, he's 6'2". He's a junior, Quinn Smith. Wearing number 21, he's 6'8". Grayson McFalls, he's a junior. Wearing number 23, he's 6'1". He's a sophomore. That's Quinn Cole. Wearing number 32, 6'4". He's a senior, Isaac Humnicaps. As mentioned, head coach for the Tipton Blue Devils is Mr. Tommy Newton. The head coach for the Tri-Central Trojans is Cam Hindman. So they got something rolling on the Jumbotron right now. Shut the lights down a little bit. I got a flashlight working. I've learned from years past, you got to have a flashlight in case they want to show off a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. We're making the non-starters for Tipton. 6-foot sophomore. Number 3, Oliver Stewart. 6'2" junior. Number 5'10" freshman. Number 5, Mason Day. 6-foot junior. He's number 11, Owen Spidell. 6'3" junior. Number 15, Dakota Garman. 6'2" sophomore. Number 20, Jaron Aller. 6'2" freshman. Number 22, Kellen Williams. 6'6" senior. Number 33, Zach Ridgway. And 6'3" senior. Number 40, Jace Clark. We'll talk a little bit about Grady Carpenter here for a moment. Grady Carpenter, last year he averaged 21.2 points a game, 7.9 rebounds a game. That was in 26 games. And I will mention he had 6.6 assists per game. And total shots from two-point land, 434. He hit 47%. And from three-point land, he took 151 shots. He made 31% of them. They say 30% is good. So he's above good. And we'll talk about the second leading scorer for the Blue Devils a year ago. That's number 5, Sam Quigley. Sam Quigley offensively, 10.4 a game, 3.6 rebounds per game. This is also 26 games. They played all of them. And Sam took 251 two-point shots, 38%. He took 152 three-point shots, 34%. He was a pretty good go-to guy for the three-point bomb. He nailed in from the corner. But if you think about it, those guys from two-point land, 685 shots. That's a lot of shots. That's going to open up a lot of basketball this year for the Blue Devils, and we're looking forward. So they're announcing the starting lineups right now for the Blue Devils. We'll try to read some stuff after a bit. We'll talk about IHSAA Championship football happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about that hopefully at halftime. We got last season's 2A season-ending final poll from the Associated Press. I've got 13, all 13 of them written down. Only at number 6, there are 2 teams tied. We'll talk about that then. And we'll also mention bringing you tonight's ball game. This ball game is in part being brought to you by McCormick Printing. McCormick Printing Before we dive back into action, we want to spotlight a business that's been printing success in our community for 50 incredible years. McCormick Printing Impressions. We'll finish that up in a moment. They're going to tip off right now. At the tip off right there in the center circle for Tri Central, number 40, Jay Jankoviak, 6'4 senior. For the Blue Devils, it's number 21, Grayson McFalls, 6'8 junior. Tap is good, tips to Hamilton Heights, backcourt slightly. Picked up there by number 4, Quinn Smith. They're going to walk it across the timeline. Point guard right there is going to be Quinn Toll. He'll dish it right side back to Smith. Cross-court pass behind the arc in the corner. They're working back around. Humberkaus touches the basketball. He'll skip pass, working it around the perimeter. Quinn Smith now. Isaac Humberkaus will work it down low. Pass into Aller. That is Peyton Aller. And look, the Blue Devils are going to take a good roll here in the first possession. Just outside the paint, 2-point shot off the glass. Good. That's Hamilton. Excuse me, actually Tipton Blue Devils. Number 2, Peyton Aller. If I say Hamilton Heights, that's because I do Hamilton Heights girls basketball this season also. Please forgive me. In the front court, Tri-Central Trojans working the ball around. 24, Logan Sargent. They'll work the ball back out to Jankoviak. Koviak right elbow. He'll dish the ball off. 14, Brody Arnold. He'll drive in. Shot off the glass. Wouldn't go. A couple of guys hit the deck. Going to get up slowly. It's going to be a foul whistle. Foul whistled on the Blue Devils. First foul in the ball game. Going to be called on 32, Isaac Humberkaus. Shooting foul. Isaac has one. At the foul stripe, number 14, Brody Arnold. He's a senior, 5'9". First shot on the way. Rims off long. Wouldn't go. He'll get one more. 7:03 left here in the first quarter. We've just begun. Both these teams, you know, they were chomping at the bit. Second shot up, rims off long, wouldn't go. Going to be a lane violation there. He stepped over the line. We'll double check here. Nope, it's going to be a guy on the lane. Lane violation. They're going to give him one more shot. So that means the second shot he just shot doesn't even go in the scorebook. So here comes his real second shot right here. Rimmed around, wouldn't go. Rebound. Tipton, spread at the board, Isaac Humberkaus. Quinn Smith now to Quinn Toll. He'll dribble across the timeline, working against him. He's going to dribble in. They go to Quinn Smith. They're working back outside with the basketball. That's Peyton Aller. He'll pick up a screen from Grayson McFalls. Shot from the corner, Isaac Humberkaus. 3-point shot, wouldn't go. Got his own rebound. They'll reset the offense. They're working inside. Isaac Humberkaus brings that ball down, makes it available. Has to chase it. It's on the floor. When that ball goes on the floor in a boys' game, it's going to be a tie-up. So Tri-Central gets the alternate possession arrow as Isaac Humberkaus. Isaac Humberkaus, pretty big guy, brought that ball down, made it available for the shorter variety. So the ball's in the front court. Tri-Central, Trojans. Jankoviak on the dribble in the paint. He's going to float in. To take a layup off the glass, couldn't get it, but he'll get fouled. So Jay Jankoviak will go to the stripe, and he'll shoot two. They're going to whistle this foul. Tipton Blue Devil, Grayson McFalls. He wears number 21, 6'8". He's got one foul here in the ballgame. First shot good for Jankoviak. The 2-1 contest. 6:19 on the game clock. Tipton by one. Jankoviak one more shot. Let's see, Conley releases the ball, and it's a tie ball game. 2-2 contest. Blue Devils going to bring it from the backcourt. Peyton Aller going to give the ball back to Quinn Smith. Quinn Toll. Got a couple of Quins in the starting lineup. They're working back right side. It's Isaac Humberkaus around the perimeter. Now working the basketball. Peyton Aller. They go to the corner with it. Grace McFalls. They'll bring it back around. Quinn Toll going to go in. Thought about a baseline shot. He's going to work it down low. Shot in the paint. Rims around. Wouldn't go. That was Quinn Smith. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touch by the Blue Devils. So they're going to give the ball back to the Trojans. It's a 2-2 contest. 5:55 left here in the first quarter. Dribbling it to the timeline. That's number 22, Cooper Leininger, a 5'9" sophomore. Pretty good ball handler. You're going to bounce it in, Jankoviak. They'll bounce it down low. Going to be another foul call. Going to be another two-shot foul. Isaac Humberkaus going to get called for the foul. And I'm going to the stripe right there. It's going to be number 10, Rajad Rajah Diaz, as mentioned, a 6'5" junior. Diaz going to toe it up. Free throw line. First shot up, short off the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound, the official right there. We're going to have a substitution. First sub in the ball game. Going to be number 22 for the Blue Devils, Kellen Williams. He's a 6'2" freshman. Taking a breather right there is Isaac Humrickhouse with 2 fouls. Second shot off the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound, Peyton Aller. Aller's going to bring it to the timeline. Quick pace there. We'll get it back outside. Grayson McFall, 3-point shot straight away, wouldn't go. Didn't draw any rim, goes out of bounds. Quinn Toll trying to save it, but it had already hit the out of bounds portion of the gymnasium. 5:31 left. 2-2 ball game. Slow start. Going to be tipped from the backside. Quinn Smith gets the steal. Picked up by Grayson McFall. Front court, Peyton Aller. Spin move in the paint. 2-point shot. Good. Pretty good shot right there. Looked like a Larry Bird. It's a 4-2 ball game. 5:12 on the game clock. Tri-Central trying to get it across the timeline. A little bit of the pressure there by the Blue Devils. Crossing over outside 24. He picked up the dribble. Logan Sargent. Ball's loose. Picked back up. That was Rajah Diaz. He's got the basketball. He'll cross over. He's in the paint. They'll kick it outside. They'll go to the corner baseline. And they're trying to go up for the jump shot. He elected not to, but his feet had already left the floor. Came down with the basketball. It's going to be a traveling violation on Tri-Central. So the Blue Devils going to bring it from the backcourt. Quinn Toll going to walk it to the front court. Now he has pick-up speed as he crosses the timeline. Working against him is 22, Cooper Leinecker. They're working around the perimeter. 3-point shot in the air. Tipton Blue Devil from the left corner baseline wouldn't go. Taking that shot was 22, Kellen Williams. Back the other direction. Tri-Central Trojans on the dribble. That's 24, Logan Sargent. He'll pass it inside to Jankowiak off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. He was intimidated there by 21, Grayson McFall. To the front court. Try to take a shot. He'll shoot 2. He went baseline. Jankowiak went up to block the shot. Got a piece of the body, and Peyton Aller right back up off the surface. He'll shoot 2. So Jankowiak going to pick up his first foul in the first quarter. That's 3 accumulative for Tri-Central. Tipton has 1. Peyton Aller, first shot, rims around off the board and falls in. A 5-2 contest. Blue Devils in front. Aller, second shot, nothing but net. The 6-2 ball game. First quarter, 4:18, clock moving. Crossing the timeline at a dribble pace. That's number 22, Cooper Leinecker. They'll work it inside. They're going to find Jankowiak off the glass, right side in the paint. Jankowiak, pretty good sized young man. Hard guy to stop. Going to go baseline. Quinn Smith. He'll kick it back outside. 3-point shot, good. Left-handed shot, that's 22. Kellen Williams. Williams, a freshman, comes off the bench. And a good stroke there from 3-point land. It's 9-4. Blue Devils by 5. In the front court, Tri-Central. Tri-Central on the dribble, that's 14. Brody Arnold. They'll work it down low. 2-point bucket is good. And he'll get fouled. He'll shoot 1 more. Credit that shot, number 10, Rajah Diaz, 6'5" junior. He'll shoot 1 more. Try for that 3-point play. Going to whistle his foul on number 40, Jace Clark. Jace Clark, we'll double check that. Well, we can't say that. He's not in the ballgame. Number 22, Kellen Williams. And he'll pick up his first. So 3-point play opportunity for Diaz. Rims off, wouldn't go. Fight down the board is Jankowiak. They'll have another chance in the front court. They could get a 5-point trip in this possession if they hit a 3. Outside. Going to bounce it down low. Down low. Couldn't grab the ball and put the ball down quick, and that's going to be a traveling violation in the paint. Pass was tall. He was on the move. That was Jankowiak. Difficult play to make. 3:20 left here in the first quarter. Crossing the timeline, Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll working against him is 22, Cooper Leinecker. Going to pass it down to Grayson McFalls. Couldn't grab it. Tipped away by Jankowiak and picked up by the Trojans. In the front court from the corner, going to go baseline. Quinn Smith going to get caught for holding. That was 24, Logan Sargent. 5'9" senior. He took off from the left corner baseline. And it went baseline, and Quinn Smith couldn't keep up, had to grab him. So Quinn Smith going to pick up his first foul in the ball game. 3:04 left. Free throw line, Logan Sargent. First shot off the rim wouldn't go. He'll get one more. We're going to see number 33 for the Blue Devils, Zach Ridgway, 6'6" senior. He'll come in and play the post, giving a break to 21, Grayson McFalls. So Ridgway in the ball game. He's down low on the left block right there. One more shot for Sargent. Shot in the air and good. 24, Logan Sargent got the back end of a two-shot foul. The 9-7 contest. Tipton by 2. In the front court on the dribble, Quinn Toll. Skip pass outside the arc. Quinn Smith going to drive baseline. Picks up the basketball. Back out to Toll. He'll distribute behind the arc. Peyton Aller moving around. Kellen Williams now back to Aller. Straight away, now back to Toll. Toll free throw line going to pass it to the corner. Driving baseline. Left-handed shot off the glass for Kellen Williams. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Try Central. Crossing the timeline in a hurry is Brody Arnold. They're working into Diaz. Crossover. Outside the paint. Underhanded scoop shot wouldn't go. Rebound. Quinn Smith. The outlet. Left side. That's Peyton Aller. He'll go off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Couple of bodies hit the floor. No whistle. Back the other direction. Working the basketball. 24. Logan Sargent. He lost the handle. Going back the other way. Tipped the Blue Devils. Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith tries to lay up the left side. He gets fouled. He'll shoot 2. Couldn't get the bucket. And Coach Tommy Newton going to sub in after this first shot. And Tri-Central going to have a sub into the ball game also. So that foul's whistled on Tri-Central. 14, Brody Arnold. He has 1. And they have 2 accumulative. Blue Devils have 5. First shot in the air. Got it. That's Quinn Smith. He'll get one more. In the ball game for the Trojans is number 32, Sam Chapman. Taking a breather is number 10, Rajah Diaz. In the ball game for the Blue Devils is number 11, Owen Spidell. Second shot wouldn't go. Taking a breather for the Blue Devils. We'll double check that. Back in the front court with the basketball. Sargent on the dribble. He'll bring it back out. Picks up the dribble inside the arc left side. He'll get it back to teammate Brody Arnold. He'll dribble in. He'll kick it to the corner. 3-point shot in the air. Just missed. A 3-point shot from the left corner baseline. Taken by 32, Sam Chapman. 5'9" freshman. He's in the ballgame. Working outside the arc. Working it back around. Owen Spidell. Well outside. Peyton Aller going to bounce it in. Zach Ridgway. He'll bring it back out to Aller. Now back to Ridgway. He'll hand the ball off. Peyton Aller, he'll go baseline. He'll bring the ball back out. Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith, right side. Owen Spidell to the corner. 3-point shot off the mark. That was Kellen Williams. Back the other direction with the rebound is number 14. Working right there, Brody Arnold. They'll work it left side with the basketball. Zach Ridgway steps in, plays defense on a double team. They'll work it back out. They'll reset the offense. He'll bounce it into Jankoviak. Baseline left side. He'll spin move in the paint. Working against Zach Ridgway. He'll get the bucket. He'll float it over the rim. No backboard needed. And a 2-point bucket for Jay Jankoviak. 45 seconds left. A 10-9 contest. Blue Devils by 1. Out top. They're going to call foul. It's going to be a defensive foul on Tri-Central. And they're going to whistle this ball. This foul. 32, Sam Chapman. 5'9" freshman. They'll work it in. Bounce on an alley-oop pass. That was Quinn Smith in the lane on the alley-oop bucket. Peyton Aller. It's a 12-9 contest. 30 seconds left. Tri-Central in the front court. On the dribble, they'll work it down low. Jankoviak was looking for Sam Chapman. Baseline, he goes off his fingertips. It's out of bounds. It's going to belong to Tipton. Be brought in backcourt. Owen Spidell tosses it in. Peyton Aller. Guarding him full court is 24, Logan Sargent. He's right in his grill. 15 seconds left. Quinn Smith. Going to be a 3-point shot taken good by the freshman. Kellen Williams off the bench. He's got a couple of them in the front court. 5 seconds. Tri-Central baseline drive. Shot good. Baseline bucket just over the rim. That was Jay Kobiak. Should say Jay Jankoviak, and that's going to take us to a first quarter break. At the end of one, Tipton Blue Devils 15, Tri-Central Trojans 11. And we'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Los Portales. Los Portales, I tell you what, we go there a lot. Is it Los Portales? But anyway, Mexican restaurant. It's right here in Tipton. You can join them for elegant dining. They're located not too far from your route. They are on your way home. That's exquisite Mexican menu. You can dine in or carry out. You can reach them by phone at 765-675-2383. That's 765-675-2383. They have multiple TVs all throughout the restaurant. You can visit them at 848 East Jefferson Street, Tipton. And also, please visit their location in Greentown. That's El Patron Mexican Restaurant at 204 East Main Street. And yes, they support Tipton High School sports and surrounding areas since they were established in 2009. And we appreciate them liking Blue Devil basketball. Alternate possession arrow. Blue Devil's going to bring it in. Brought in by Peyton Aller, who get the ball back from Owen Spidell. In the front court, we're in the second quarter, 7:53, clock moving. 15-11, Blue Devils by 4. Outside the arc, Jace Clark. They'll move the right side around the perimeter, get the ball back, and they'll go back left side, Owen Spidell. They'll toss it back out. It'll be picked up by Peyton Aller. 3-point shot in the air, good. He's picking up where he left off a year ago, Jace Clark. 3-point shot. 18-11, 7:28 on the game clock. Crossing over out top, that's Sargent. They'll move it out. Number 22, Cooper Leininger on the dribble. Working against him is Peyton Aller. Pretty close dribbling there. Might have got away with a foul there. A little bit of a body up. But they'll work it down low. Diaz, they're going to go baseline. Fakes a shot, goes back up after Jace Clark comes back down. Credit the bucket, Tri-Central 22, Cooper Leininger, 5'9" sophomore. 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. 18-13, Blue Devils on the dribble, go baseline, kick it back out, Jace Clark. Elbow, right side, back to Owen Spidell. Now back to Jace, back to Owen. They're working around the perimeter. Peyton Aller goes baseline, tries to find Zach Ridgway. Low pass off the shin, going back the other way with the basketball. That's number 24, Logan Sargent. They'll work it back out top. Cooper Leininger. They go outside. Jace Clark going to guard the basketball. Lost the handle. Ball goes out of bounds off the fingertips of Sam Chapman. Sam Chapman is a 5'9" freshman. So Owen Spidell going to take a breather. And then Blue Devils going to sub back in. They're going to go with two big guys on the floor at the same time. Grayson McFall's at 6'8", and Zach Ridgway at 6'6". 6:20 on the game clock. In the front court of the basketball, Jace Clark. To the corner, they go to Grayson McFalls, being guarded there by Jankoviak. Turnaround jumper, 2-point shot. He thought he was fouled on the shot. Thought it was deflected. It didn't make rim. He doesn't miss rim much, but they're going to say no deflection. Give the ball back to Tri-Central. That was Kellen Williams. 6:03 on the game clock. Crossing the timeline, dribble pace. Works at the left side, Diaz. They'll work it down low, Jankoviak. He'll kick it back out. 3-point shot short off the rim. Shot taken there by Tri-Central, Sam Chapman. They fight for the board. It ends up out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Tri-Central Trojans. 5:51 on the game clock, second quarter, 18-13. Blue Devils by 5. They'll work it out. They'll work it down low. Jankoviak got his shot blocked in the paint. That was Grayson McFalls, who went straight up. And to the front court now is Peyton Aller. Aller on the dribble. He'll go to the corner with it. Kellen Williams, he'll bring the ball back out. And there's going to be a reach-in foul. 22 is going to foul 22. So fouls whistled on Tri-Central, number 22, Cooper Leininger. Blue Devils going to bring the ball in just to the left side. the Trojans bench. They'll toss it slightly to the backcourt. Ball's in the hands, crossing the timeline. Peyton Aller, a little bit of push there. A little bit of arm out in front. Peyton Aller getting away with a couple there here in the second quarter. On the dribble, Jace Clark. He'll work it near the baseline. He'll kick it back out. Three-point shot, good. Left elbow extended. Credit for three-point bomb from Peyton Aller. 21-13, an 8-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Ball's in the front court, 5:06, clock moving. We're in the second quarter. Tipton High School, the Pilgrims Cup. It's an annual event. They're working back around. They go out top of the basketball. Tipped it back down and give them a chance to dribble again. They go baseline, Sargent. They go opposite corner, three-point shot, good. Credit for bucket, number 10, Rajah Diaz. Sargent with the assist. 4:42 on the game clock. Ball's in the front court, Peyton Aller. Outside the arc, shot on the way, rims off, would go. That was Kellen Williams coming down with the board with 6'6" Zach Ridgway. I got to mention Zach Ridgway, his final football game as a senior. He played spectacularly. He was catching passes right and left. We're going to bring the ball in, right the bucket on the baseline. The foul's whistled. Try Central, Rajah Diaz. He has one. Out top of the basketball, Jace Clark. Right side, behind the arc. Three-point shot would go for Kellen Williams. Rebound, Peyton Aller trying to save it before going out of bounds. And there's going to be a little scrub right there. Got to be careful. Can't go after the ball through another player on the floor. That's a danger zone. Everybody calm down. The bench area from Tri-Central was up in a hurry. So they're going to whistle a foul. It's going to be whistled on Quinn Toll. I will say that scrum was not because of Quinn Toll. I won't mention who it was, but it wasn't him. 4:26 on the game clock. Going to bring the ball in backcourt. Diaz going to bring it in. The dribble to the timeline. Cooper Leininger in the front court being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Going to hand the ball off Sargent. That's Logan Sargent with the basketball outside the arc. They're working back in. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay in the front court with Tri-Central. 4:12 left here in the second quarter. Number 4, original starter Quinn Smith back in the ball game. Coach Tommy Newton going to give a breather to number 22, Kellen Williams. Outside the arc, they'll bounce it in. Left elbow. Ball's loose. Ball's on the floor. Sargent picks it back up. Hands it off to Diaz in the paint. 2-point shot would go on a little hook shot. And rebound Tipton. Quinn Smith going to bring it across the timeline. Picking him up in a hurry is Diaz. And they're going to call an offensive foul. It's going to be an illegal screen. Going to be called against Grayson McFalls. So 21, Grayson McFalls picks up the foul. He was moving just a bit. Diaz was trying to fight through whenever the foul called. Going to be a first time out in the ball game called by Tri-Central. Tri-Central going to call a full 60-second timeout. With 3:54 left here in the second quarter, Tipton 21, Tri-Central 16. Checking in during this timeout for Tri-Central is going to be number 40, Jay Jankowiak. So he'll be back in the game, and we'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Edward Jones Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Kurt D. Hare, that's Kurt D. Hare, your Tipton Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Tipton High School Blue Devil basketball on PutMeInSports.com. For all of your investment needs, call 765-675-9535 or visit EdwardJones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. So they bring the ball in from backcourt. It's going to belong to Tri-Central. Three-quarter court, they'll toss it in to Logan Sargent. Sargent going to dribble across the timeline and work it right side. Cooper Leininger lost the handle. Stolen by Aller. Peyton Aller goes up with a left-handed layup. And he's knocked to the surface. He'll be helped up by an official and Quinn Smith. And that was a danger zone, but he'll get to shoot 2. So they're going to whistle this foul on 24, Logan Sargent. He picks up his first foul in the ball game. That's going to be the 3rd foul cumulative here in the quarter. On Tri Central, first shot good for Peyton Aller. And we're going to see Quinn Toll back in the ball game, taking a breather for Tipton is number 4, Quinn Smith. So no 2 Quins in the lineup at the moment. Second shot also good for Aller. 23-16, Blue Devils by 7. Ball's in the front court on the dribble. He'll pick it up. Cooper Leininger. They'll dish it off. 14-footer in the paint. That's number 40, Jay Jankowiak. He's a 6'4 senior. He's a guy to deal with. He's a pretty good-sized young man. I would guess he's on the football team. He is agile. They'll work it back around. Outside the arc, Jace Clark, 3-point shot, good. Right elbow extended for Jace Clark. He's got 2 threes in the ballgame. On the dribble, back pedal dribble, they'll work it back out near the logo head. They'll get the ball back to Jankowiak out top. He's working against Grayson McFalls. He'll dribble in, he'll bounce it to the corner. That's 22, Cooper Leininger. Back to Jankowiak, just inside the paint, 2-point shot. About a 10-footer, good. 26-20. Quinn Toll is going to bring it to the front court. He's going to get caught for not being able to get that jump stop nailed, and he'll be called for traveling. Give the ball back to Tri Central. Crossing the timeline on the dribble. That's 22. Cooper Leininger back out. Working the ball to Sargent. Now Leininger, he'll take a 3. He was open. He took the 3. Wouldn't get it. Rebound, Zach Ridgway for Tipton. Back the other direction. Aller. Peyton Aller goes baseline. They kick it back out. Jace Clark. 3-point shot. Good. Jace Clark. I wouldn't want to play him in a game of horse. 2:27 left. Going to be a timeout. 30-second timeout called by Tipton. Tipton 29 and the Tri Central 20. 2:27 left here in the quarter. We do appreciate you tuning in. And basketball, my wife is here. She's listening with her headphones on. She got her earbuds in, I guess. And you're listening to Blue Devil basketball. First game of the season. Both these teams. They have about 10 days off after this one. They'll get to eat a good meal Thursday for Thanksgiving. We hope you'll have a good one too. But they'll have some time to do some running and get rid of that turkey belly. So back out on the surface, they're going to bring it in full court. Will be brought in by Sargent. That's Logan Sargent. He'll toss it in. 22, Cooper Leininger. Back to Sargent across the timeline with the basketball. Through the leg dribble. Working against him. It's Quinn Toll. They're working outside the arc. All are going to guard the basketball. On the dribble now is Cooper Leininger. Leininger going to go baseline. Trying to get rid of it. Going to bounce it off his own leg out of bounds. Going to belong to Tipton. 2:09 left here in the second quarter. 29-20. Blue Devils by 9. Quinn Toll going to bring it to the timeline. Working against him is Cooper Leininger. In the front court, Toll works it to Aller. Out top on the dribble now, Grayson McFall, 6'8". Layup right side. 21, Grayson McFall for 2. 31-20 and an 11-point advantage for the Blue Devils. 1:45 on the game clock. To the corner, Jay Jankowiak. He is agile, dribbling between the legs. 6'5". He'll be in the paint there. He's covered up by Grayson McFall to kick it back out. 3-point shot, good. Tri Central 14. Brody Arnold for 3. 31-23. Blue Devils by 8. In the front court, 1:23 left. Peyton Aller, free throw line, kicks it outside the arc. Left side to Quinn Toll, and Quinn Toll evidently going to push a guy over, and they're going to get called for a foul. Foul on number 23. So back in the ballgame for Tri Central, going to be number 10, Raja Diaz. Back in the ballgame for Tipton, number 11, Owen Spidell. Quinn Toll going to take a breather for Tipton, and Cooper Leininger going to take a breather for Tri Central. 1:14 on the game clock. Out top of the basketball, that's Diaz, Raja Diaz. He's a junior, 6'5", Tri Central Trojan. Jay Jankowiak going to bring the ball back out. They go to the baseline. They go a 3-point shot in the air off the rim, long off the rim. Shot taken there by Logan Sargent. Rebound, Jace Clark. They'll bring it to the front court on the dribble. Peyton Aller outside the arc. Owen Spidell, three-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Grayson McCrawls. He got his shot blocked on the way up. He got the ball stripped, and it's picked up by Tri-Central. Crossing the timeline, number 14, Brody Arnold. He'll dribble in the paint. He'll pick the ball up, picked up there defensively by Jace Clark. They'll reset the offense out top with 21, Logan Sargent. Just spin move in the paint. They go to the corner with it. Thought about a shot there. Going to bring the ball back out. That's Brody Arnold. They'll reset the offense out top. Jankoviak. And he'll push the ball left side behind the arc to Rajah Diaz. He'll dribble the lane off the glass. Diaz shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Owen Spidell. To the front court, Jace Clark. Jace Clark going to dribble in. They'll pass it outside. They get it to Peyton Aller. Three-point land wouldn't go. Just right of center. And that's going to complete the half. And a long shot. Three-quarter shot nearly went. It rimmed out. I don't know if they were waving it on or waving it off. But we'll go to halftime. 10 minutes on the intermission clock at the end of one half of play here in the first game for Tri-Central and Tipton. Tipton Blue Devils 31. Tri-Central Trojans 23. And I will also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Jim Dandy Restaurant. That's Jim Dandy Restaurant. They're located at 203 West Jefferson Street, Tipton, 46072. They've got dine in or carry out. You can reach them by phone at 765-675-6199. They have American comfort food. They have breakfast all day. They've got a gigantic menu. They've got a fully loaded salad bar, and they began in 1964. They have good food, good friends, and good times. And they've been backing the Blue Devils since the very beginning. That's Jim Dandy Restaurant in Tipton. Also, bringing you tonight's contest is Discount Copies. Discount Copies, they are conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32 there west of Noblesville. And at Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. Posters and oversized printing are also available. And if you are planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach them at Discount Copies by dialing 317-773-8783. Again, that number is 317-773-8783. Or on your computer, it's a Gmail. It's discountcopies96@gmail.com. And also bringing you tonight's contest is Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She does have a vast knowledge of question answering experience. And you can let Lisa look or let Lisa list. She knows that each home is precious. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Sheets Company. She is highly recommended. She's a real estate agent, a real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or text message, her number is 317-513-4086. Again, that number is 317-513-4086. Clock rolling down, 7 minutes left here in the intermission. And then we'll go ahead and mention this game is in part being brought to you by AGM Auto, LLC. At AGM Auto, you'll not only be greeted with pure professionalism, you'll appreciate their state-of-the-art diagnostics and their up-to-date status of each of the AGM technicians. And if you've been wanting to restore that car or truck, maybe in the barn, might be covered up with a tarp. Bring that in to AGM Auto. They'll help you out. They restore a lot of vehicles, and I have witnessed several myself in their shop area. That's AGM Auto. You can reach them by phone at 317-984-5283. Again, that number is 317-984-5283. That's AGM Auto. They're west of Arcadia on 266th Street. And that's just about a mile. And we'll also mention a little bit what's going on this weekend in the state of Indiana. We'll talk about the IHSAA championship football this weekend, state finals. Going to happen at Lucas Oil Stadium. Lucas Oil Stadium located at 500 South Capitol. That's 500 South Capitol, Indianapolis, Indiana. And on Friday the 28th of November, that's a couple of days away, maybe 3 days away. On Friday, they're going to have the Class 1, 3, and 5A contests happen that day. And I first will mention that Lucas Oil Stadium is completely cashless. That means you got to have a card to buy stuff. You got to have that card because it's a cashless venue at Lucas Oil Stadium. Makes it easier for them, I'm sure. And if you want to go to any particular day, whether that be Friday or Saturday, the cost to get in for the whole day is just $20. $20, and children under the age, I should say 5 and under, get in for free. The games will be streamed. That means you can watch them on your smart TV. You can watch them on your computer. All 6 games can be seen exclusively on IHSAATV.org. Again, that's IHSAATV.org. And pay-per-view. You want to watch those on that TV station, the .org, is $20 per game, or just $25 for all the games. So that's a bargain. We'll mention on Friday, the 28th, the 1A contest at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It's the Pioneer Panthers, I believe it is. They're 13-1. They're going against South Putnam at 12-2. The 3A game on Friday, the 28th, 3 o'clock start time, Eastern Time. Fort Wayne Bishop Lures at 9-5, going against Cascade. The Cadets have an unblemished record. They're 14-0. And then the final game for Friday at 7 o'clock start, Class 5A. It'll be Merrillville at 11-2. They'll go against New Palestine, 13-0. I got to talk about New Palestine for just a moment. They've got a head coach that has 2 first names. It is Ralph Kyle. He wears a beard. You wouldn't think he knows as much as he does. But he, in all of the coaches that are active in the state of Indiana, he has the winningest percentage. He's over 92% wins in all of his ball games. That's incredible. And we'll talk about Saturday. Saturday, the 29th of November. Good friend of mine, Rodney Cummings, likes that day. I like it for him. On the 29th, they've got the 2A, 4A, and 6A contests. The 2A game will start at 11 a.m. That'll be Andrean at 12-1. They are the Fighting 59ers. Their coach, Skinner, got to interview him last year. I did the Andrean Central Catholic game last year as a regional. Central Catholic at number 1. Andrean at number 13. What a game. It was back and forth on the scoreboard. Andrean ended up getting the win. And Andrean is going to be going against Brownstown Central. Brownstown Central is a powerhouse. Watch out. They are 14-0. Okay, Class 4A on Saturday, 3 p.m. start time. Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger, they are 12-2. I do like their head coach. I've met him. I've interviewed him a couple of times. He is also the baseball coach. He has one state title in football, and he shares a name that's pretty common. You'll see him on Sunday night football. That is Jason Garrett. Yep, his name is Jason Garrett, and he's a really savvy baseball coach. I work for a baseball team, and he's played them twice, and he's won both games. And we'll mention, so Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger going against Roncalli. Roncalli 11-3, and if you didn't know, Roncalli has changed their mascot from the Rebels. It's probably about 5 years ago. They are now the Royals, and that's a good particular mascot name. And we'll mention the 6A game, also a 7 o'clock start in the evening, the final game this year in football. So 7 o'clock start. It's going to be Westfield, the Shamrocks, at 11-2, going against Brownsburg. That's the hometown for Robbie Kendall. He provides this internet radio broadcast. Brownsburg Bulldogs are 13-0, and that is a Hoosier Crossroads matchup. So clock rolling down. Both teams back out on the floor. And we'll mention also this game is in part being brought to you by Erica's Place. Erica's Place, you'll really enjoy your dining experience at Erica's Place. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can join her in Cicero at 40 West Jackson Street by the stoplight, or in Noblesville at 654 Logan Street next to the Logan Street Breer. We'll try it again, Logan Street Bridge. And you can dine in or carry out. Excellent breakfast menu served all day. Great sandwiches and salads, and a nice dinner menu. All meals are served fresh and hot. You can bring your family or simply dine alone. Or you can reach them by phone for the carryout. Both establishments have a 984 exchange. In Cicero, the number is 317-984-9303. In Noblesville, 317-984-0501. That is Erica's Place, Cicero and Noblesville. So both teams out on the floor getting ready for second half action. Clock empties out. They'll put 8 minutes on it, third quarter. Alternate possession arrow going to give the ball back to the Tri-Central Trojans. 31-23, Blue Devils by 8. They're tossing in. Diaz to the front court. They'll work at the Sargent. They'll bring the ball back out. He'll reset the offense near the center circle in the front court. Jankowiak just inside the arc. He'll go to the opposite corner. Thought about a shot there. Cooper Leininger going to back pedal dribble. Outside being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Now work it back. Isaac Humrickhouse back in the ball game. He left the game with two fouls. They go baseline. Diaz couldn't get the shot. Got his own rebound. He'll look to get rid of it. They're going to be a three-point shot. Tri-Central good. Ready for bucket. Brody Arnold, 5'9" senior, nails the three. It's 31-26. Blue Devils by 5. In the front court, Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith out top, Peyton Aller. Aller going to dribble in outside the paint and go to the corner. Isaac Humrickhouse. Three-point shot, win to go. Fighting for the board was Grayson McFalls. It's picked up out of the air by Jankowiak. In the front court on the dribble, Logan Sargent back to Jankowiak. That's Jay Jankowiak. Pretty good athlete with the basketball. Outside the arc, they'll bounce it in. It'll be tipped away and nearly stolen. And finally, it's going to be a jump ball. So they lock it up. Excuse me. They lock it up, and the ultimate possession arrow going to give us the Blue Devils. Been brought in front backcourt. Quinn Toll on the dribble in the front court. We're to the left side, Isaac Humrickhouse. Humrickhouse going to work through the free throw line. Grayson McFalls. He'll turn around, thought about a jumper at 16 feet. Release the ball back to Quinn Toll, now to Peyton Aller. Outside the arc, left corner baseline, shot when to go. Quinn Smith. Going to be a foul whistle during the rebound. It's going to be called Tri-Central. Number 14, Brody Arnold. He picks up his second foul in the ballgame. Going to be brought in, right in the bucket on the baseline. Peyton Aller out top. Quinn Toll to move the ball around. free throw line. Going to drive the hoop off the glass, left-handed. Scoop shot is good for Peyton Aller. 6:18 on the game clock. 33-26. Going to be a 2-point shot in the air. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Tri Central out top. Jankowiak tries a three. Rebound out of there. Grayson McFalls to the front court. Blue Devils crossing over off the glass again. Nearly the same location off the glass. Couldn't get it, but he'll shoot two. So going to the foul line is going to be Peyton Aller. They're going to call Jankowiak for his second foul in the ball game. And Peyton Aller going to take two shots. Excuse me. 6:01 left. We're in the third quarter. Pilgrim's Cup. As Quinn Toll picks up some debris off the surface. Give it over to the bench. First shot good for Aller. In the ball game for Tri Central, number 32, Sam Chapman back in the game. A 5'9" freshman. Taking a breather is number 10, Raja Diaz. So all are going to have a second shot. Second shot off the rim. Would go rebound. Tri Central, Brody Arnold. Now we're going to do the front court. Thought about a shot there. Cooper Leininger dribbles in. Couldn't get the shot away. He comes down with the basketball. So we're getting outside the arc. Jankowiak now back out top. He'll dribble in near the right elbow. Jankowiak back out top. Spin move in the paint. And work it back out. Brody Arnold is covered up immediately by Quinn Toll. They go to the corner baseline. 3-point shot. Wouldn't go. Quinn Toll boards the basketball. That shot taken by Tri Central. Logan Sargent back the other direction. Outside the arc. Free throw line jumper. Wouldn't go. That was Quinn Toll. And they're going to save the ball in bounds there. They bounce it into Aller. He tries to bounce it down low to Grayson McFalls. It's tipped out of bounds off the foot of Jay Jankowiak. They're going to give the ball back to the Blue Devils. Left of the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be brought in Quinn Smith. They toss it in. Corner. Peyton Aller. He'll dribble in. Take a shot to Payne. He'll earn a trip to the foul line. He was looking for the foul. He wasn't really looking to make the bucket. He was pretty sure the foul was going to happen, and he was right. They're going to whistle this foul on Tri Central. 32, Sam Chapman. He has two. Aller has two shots at the foul line. He's short on that one also. 5:15 left, third quarter, 34-26. Blue Devils a 4-point advantage. We'll bounce a couple times. Fly the next one, and he's short again. Last three shots just short off the rim. Ball caroms goes out of bounds. Coach Tommy Newton thinks that went off of a Tri Central Trojan, and one of the officials comes over, and they do change the out of bounds call. It's going to belong to Tipton. So ball's going to be brought in. Blue Devils. It's going to be brought in. Going to go left to the bucket on the baseline. Tossed in by Quinn Smith. Smith to the corner. Shot in the air. Isaac Humrickhouse just long off the rim. Rebound secured there by Chapman. And a reach around foul going to be called on Quinn Toll. He's going to pick up his second foul in the ballgame. They're showing three on the board. Must be right. Quinn Toll going to take a breather with his third foul in the contest. Kellen Williams back in the game. He lit him up. 3-point land in the first half. He's just a freshman. So 17 feet away, they'll pass through the corner. They'll work it back around on the dribble spin move. They're going to go hard to the hoop. Shot when you go baseline. A shot taken by Cooper Leininger. Rebound Tipton. They'll go to the front court outlet. In the front court now, Quinn Smith. To the corner, Kellen Williams. He'll dribble in the paint. Left-handed floater wouldn't go. Grayson McFalls gets the board. He goes back up strong. Left side of the glass. 2-point bucket for Grayson McFalls. 4:35, clock moving, third quarter. 36-26. Blue Devils by 10. Going to work it left side on the dribble. Sargent, he'll go to the corner with it. Chapman. Sam Chapman going to endure a minor foul, but he'll get fouled on the baseline. Going to whistle this foul on Quinn Smith. When Smith picks up the foul, he also has 3. We're going to see number 40, Jace Clark, back in the ballgame for the Blue Devils. And Quinn Smith going to take a breather with this 3rd foul. Going to be brought in, ride the bucket on the baseline. Brought in right here is tipped away. And he chased it down. That ball brought in by Cooper Leininger. The man guarding him on the inbound tipped the ball. Leininger chased it. And we've got a whistle here. I'm not sure that they're going to let him come in, but I'm not sure. The official doesn't always acknowledge the bench to see if somebody's ready to come in. But this is the first game of the year. First game of the season for both teams. Is probably close to his first game, too. That can happen. They were trying to buzz a guy in. The ball was already dropped in play from the three-quarter court. They stopped the game. And usually they got the clock misset right here, but they usually don't want you to send a guy in unless the referee is still holding the basketball. If he's holding the basketball, then you can buzz him in. But if he's already given it to the player, I'm a guilty soul myself as a bench worker. I'm not an official, although I did officiate some Seventh-day Adventists because the guy needed me, and that was different. Ball brought in. Grayson McFall, slightly backcourt. Sargent going to guard the basketball. To the front court now is Peyton Aller. He'll work a right side. Kellen Hughes. I should say Kellen Williams. I knew I'd say Kellen Hughes. Famous quarterback for the Blue Devils. We're going back the other direction. Outside the arc, 3-point shot, good. Kellen Williams, left-handed. Basket from the corner. 3-point land, going to dribble it in. Almost a dunk there. If he'd have been a little bit more open. Kellen Hughes converts for defense. Hughes is going to get the foul as Rajay Diaz goes hard to the hoop baseline. We were going to see a rim rocker, but he got fouled. He'll shoot 2. They're going to whistle this foul on 22. Kellen Williams, he has 2. Diaz, first shot, rims out long. They'll get one more. Back in the ballgame for Tipton is going to be number 33, 6'6" Zach Ridgway. Taking a breather is 32 for the Blue Devils. That is Isaac Humrickhouse. 3:50 left, third quarter. Second shot to Diaz, short off the mark. Would go fight for the board, picked up by Grayson McFalls. Tallest guy on the floor. Tallest guy in either roster, be honest with you. To the front court with the basketball to the corner, Williams. Back out Jace Clark. Well out top, they get back to Jace. He'll try a 3 again. Short off the mark. Looked like a good pass. It barely got net. But Zach Ridgway was right there to clean it up. 41-26. Blue Devils by 15. They're going to whistle a timeout. It's going to be a 60-second timeout called by Tri-Central. 3:25 left. 41-26. Blue Devils in front. And we'll talk a little bit about last season. Last season, Class 2A, season-ending top 13. Final poll, Associated Press. At first, on the poll last year, when it quit, was Wapahani Raiders. They finished 26-2. They got a regional win. At number 2, it was South Ripley Raiders. They finished 23-2. They won their sectional. At number 3, Manchester Squires. They were on fire last year, 26-2. And they are the state champions. And I'll mention head coach Eli Henson. What a ball coach. They beat University 59-54 in that final game. Number 4, Park Heritage, the Wolves, 25-5. Number 5, Northeastern Knights. I know Cliff Hawkins coached against Northeastern Knights a couple or 3 years ago, and Coach Bagley let me know that the head coach for Northeastern was a former player for Coach Cliff Hawkins. That is special. We'll pick that up in a moment. So the ball going to be brought in right there by the bench area. Tri-Central tossed in by Sargent in the front court. So we're going to Jankoviak, get the ball back. 3-point shot in the air. Short off the rim. Shot going to go. Shot taken there by Cooper Leininger. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to Tipton. 3:16 on the game clock. Going to be brought in backcourt. Peyton Aller into Jace Clark. Back to Peyton. Now back to Jace. He'll cross the timeline on the dribble. Work at the left side. Peyton Aller. Well behind the arc, being guarded there by Sargent. They're running the 3-2 zone. From the corner, Grayson McFalls. A three-point shot went down and came back up like a popcorn popper. Back the other direction on the dribble. Leininger. Back to Jankowiak. He'll dribble in off the glass, and he'll earn 2 shots at the stripe. 2:52 left. Third quarter, 41-26. They're going to whistle this foul on Tipton. That's Zach Ridgway, number 33. He's got 2 in the ball game. At the free throw line, that's number 40, Jay Jankowiak. 6'4" senior. You can tell he is a team leader. Use a towel right there. They got some perspiration on the floor. You know they do. If them guys hit the floor, they are sweating. So 2:52 left, and the official making overtime money right there, cleaning up that mess. 41-26. The 2 shots awarded to Tri-Central Trojan, number 40, Jay Jankowiak. So he'll shoot a couple. He's a concentrator. He'll eye the first one. Fly it. Rims around, wouldn't go. So he'll get one more as he gets encouragement from the other 4 guys on the court. Number 40, Jay Jankowiak. He's going to have a good season. Second shot up, short off the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound, Tipton, Kellen Williams, the freshman. He'll pass it in the backcourt to Peyton Aller. Aller's a junior. They'll work it back around the perimeter. Jace Clark back out top. Aller, he'll get it to the corner on the dribble there. Kellen Williams, he's double teamed. He passes out of it. Out top, Jace Clark. Back to Peyton. He'll take a 3. Left elbow extended. Wouldn't get it. Rebound, Zach Ridgway. He was skying for it. I would guess he has a pretty good reach. He could probably go halfway up on the net, just reaching from his feet. So they're going to whistle this foul on Jankowiak. He has 3 in the ball game. In the ball game for Tri-Central, number 30, Nolan Taylor. He's a 6'5" sophomore. They got 3 big guys, 2 6'5" and 1 6'4". Out top, moving the basketball, Kellen Williams. Outside the arc, shot in the air. Short off the rim, wouldn't go. Shot taken by Peyton Aller. Rebound out of there, controlled by 22, Cooper Leininger. To the front court in the paint, he'll float one up, couldn't go. Rebound, Tri-Central to the corner. Sam Chapman for 3. Shot wouldn't go. Sam gets the board. He's trying to get rid of it. It's nearly stripped. He was stripped by Jace Clark. They're coming up with the basketball there with Logan Sargent and Zach Ridgway. They lock it up. Jump ball, alternate possession arrow. Going to give the ball back to Tri-Central. 2:02 left here in the third quarter. 41-26. Trying to make the steal on the inbound. They're going to whistle a foul on Peyton Aller. As Sargent hit the deck, and immediately Kellen Williams came over to help him up. Say what, the IHSAA, they smile. They see sportsmanship like that. So that's the first foul here in the ball game on an original starter, Peyton Aller. First shot good. First shot good. Free throw line number 22, Cooper Leininger. He'll get one more. It's 41-27. And he'll get the second one, 41-28, a 13-point advantage for Tipton. 2 minutes left. Third quarter, clock moving. Going to walk across the timeline, Peyton Aller. He'll pass it left side behind the arc. Jace Clark, they'll play catch back and forth. Cross-court skip pass, Kellen Williams behind the arc. 3-point shot when you go. Rebound, Zach Ridgway. They'll reset the offense. Going to go baseline now, Kellen Williams. It's going to be a block shot. Nice block shot by Tri-Central, number 30, Nolan Taylor, 6'5", on the dribble, keeping the handle there. That was 22, Cooper Leininger. Out top, Logan Sargent for 3, just right of center. The 41-31 ball game. 1:18 left, crossing the timeline. Peyton Aller on the dribble. Picks up a screen there. Didn't use it from Grayson McFalls. Back out top. We go left side. Jace Clark. 3-point shot in the air. Wouldn't go. Ball's loose. Going to be picked up by Diaz. Rajah Diaz outlets. left side on the dribble. Cooper Leininger, right side. Logan Sargent, he'll dribble in. He'll try to take a shot in the land of the trees, and it was deflected. It was recycled, goes out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Tri-Central. And we're going to see Isaac Humrickhouse, back in the ball game. Zach Ridley going to take a breather. Ball's going to be brought in backcourt. Jace Clark. Bounce pass in to Peyton Aller. He'll walk it to the timeline. And he'll be picked up there, top of the circle. They'll work it left side. Isaac Humrickhouse. Down low baseline. Grayson McFalls. Cross-court pass. Owen Spidell. Spidell back in the game. They'll work it in outside the paint. Kick it to the corner. Shot in the air. Humrickhouse couldn't get it. Rebound Peyton Aller. He bounced passes across the lane to Humrickhouse. Now Jace Clark in the paint. He's going to let it go. Got it. Jace Clark tried to pass. He was in the lane too long. He had to shoot it, and he got the bucket for 2. 18 seconds left, 43-31. Blue Devils by 12. Ball's in the front court in the paint. Underhanded scoop shot wouldn't go. Ball goes out of bounds. A scoop shot taken by 22, Cooper Leininger, and it's going to belong to Tri-Central. Back in the ball game for Tri-Central, we're going to see number 40, J. Jankowiak. They need him on the floor. Number 23, Quinn Toll, going to enter the ball game, and Jace Clark takes a breather. 10.6 left. Third quarter, officials going to ask Tri-Central bench to go ahead and be seated. Only coach can stand, the head coach. Only one coach, I should say. To the corner, going to go baseline, Sargent. Opposite side to get it to Diaz. Turnaround jumper outside the paint, wouldn't go. Rebound put back good by Logan Sargent at 5'9", under the bucket with the reverse layup. And that'll take us to a 10-point advantage. After 3, we'll mention 8 minutes left. It's going to be the fourth quarter coming up. At the end of 3, Tipton Blue Devils 43. Tri-Central Trojans 33. And we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll finish up this last season, Class 2A season-ending poll. At number 6, 2 teams tied. Gary 21st Century, the Cougars, 21-7. Lapel Bulldogs also at number 6, 18-6. At number 8, Fort Wayne Lures, they are the Knights, 21-7. They won their sectional. At number 9, Paoli Rams, their head coach is Dusty Cole, 218 wins. 218 wins and 93 losses, working in his 14th season. And we'll mention he lost the sectional game, final game. Number 10, Providence Pioneers, 17-5, won their sectional. Number 11, Linton Miners, Linton Stockton, 21-7, they won the regional. Number 12, Greencastle Tiger Cubs, 17-7. They lost their sectional game 1 to Park Heritage. And number 13, Lavelle, the Lancers, 15-9, lost to Chimtown, first game of their sectional, a decisive loss. And the Blue Devils, under Cliff Hawkins, finished last year 19-7, won their sectional against Frankton, 43-42 at Frankton, a vibrant facility. Ball's in the front court. Blue Devils on the dribble. Owen Spidell outside the arc. Quinn Toll back out top. Peyton Aller working the ball around, trying to take some clock here in this first possession, fourth quarter. Spidell going to go baseline and bring the ball back out. It's going to be stolen. Tipped away and stolen by Rajah Diaz. They'll go to the front court. 7:24 left. We're in the fourth quarter. A lot of time. But we're getting into Jankowiak. Elbow right side. Picks up his dribble. He'll bounce it baseline. They go off the glass. Shot would go. Shot taken there by 22, Cooper Leininger. Blue Devils down the other end of the floor. Isaac Humrickhouse in the paint. He'll pass it to Aller. Aller left-handed floater off the rim. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Logan Sargent. He'll take it through the timeline, and Aller is making it difficult. He'll work it left side. It's a basketball. That's J. Jankowiak. He'll back it out. He'll reset the offense. 6:47 on the dribble in the paint. They go to the corner with it, but first, I'm going to take that step and didn't make the pass till the foot landed. So Quinn Smith back in the ball game, original starter, taking a breather for the Blue Devils is number 11, Owen Spidell. 6:42 on the game clock. Blue Devils going to bring it through the timeline at a walk pace with Quinn Toll. He'll be picked up. Logan Sargent right there at half court. We're going to back around, and we're going to back out top. Peyton Aller. He'll pick up a screen from Grayson McFalls. Jump shot right there at the left elbow. 15-foot shot. Good for Peyton Aller. It's 45-33. Blue Devils by 12. 6:18 on the game clock. On the dribble out top, number scoring 22, Cooper Leininger. But working back around, lost the handle, picked up there by Logan Sargent. He'll take a shot, left elbow extended. Shot wouldn't go. 3-point land. Rebound, Quinn Smith for the Blue Devils. He'll outlet left side. Crossing the timeline, Peyton Aller. They'll work against Diaz. They're moving the basketball. Quinn Toll, cross-court skip pass. They're working down low from the hands of Aller to Grayson McFalls. Back to Quinn Toll. Now back to 32. That is Isaac Humrickhouse. Isaac Humrickhouse, tall family. And what Noah Humrickhouse, a freshman, he takes great video. He's a good guy. Baseline, I should say, free throw line, 15-footer, turnaround jumper, wouldn't go right there. That was 21, Grayson McFalls. We're going to see Zach Ridgway at the next dead ball. He's at the scorer's bench now. 5:22 on the game clock. Back pedal dribble, they're going to call timeout. It's going to be called by Tri-Central, so Zach Ridgway will enter the ball game. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And I might tell you what, we'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can reach them by phone at 765-292-2315. Again, that number, 765-292-2315. Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. Mike is still the main rep. Well on the floor, Tri-Central, Trojans Spirit. They got some stunt men. They're holding them up, doing some stunts out there on mid-floor. Looking to bring the ball in. It's going to be brought in by Logan Sargent right there left of the Tri-Central bench. He'll toss it backward slightly to Jay Jankoviak to pick up a screen. The dribble in. Outside the arc, he'll go to the corner. Diaz, three-point shot, good. Raja Diaz for three. Touch to the lead to 9. It's 45-36, 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. In the front court, Peyton Aller back to Quinn Toll. Back to Aller, well behind the arc. They move their defensive feet quite well. They got a lot of energy left. Quinn Toll works at left side. Quinn Smith, opposite side. Skip pass back out top. They're working inside. Zach Ridgway, turnaround jumper off the glass, wouldn't go. Rebound secured by 22. Cooper Leininger back the other direction. And he's going to get turned around and going to get caught for a traveling violation. Be pretty difficult not to travel with that spin move. So Jace Clark going to get back in the ball game, taking a breather. Here's Quinn Toll. 45-36. 4:31 left here in the fourth quarter. First game of the season for both teams. In the front court, Peyton Aller. Works on the left side, Quinn Smith. Outside the arc, Jace Clark back to Peyton. Peyton going to take a shot about a 12-footer outside the paint. Gets his own board, kicks it to the corner. Isaac Humrickhouse. Now Quinn Smith. Now Jace Clark. They get it back to Peyton Aller. They'll reset the offense. Sargent does a heck of a job guarding the basketball. They're working left side. Quinn Smith. They're working into Zach Ridgway. Back out top, moving the basketball to the corner. Jace Clark works it down low. Shot off the glass, wouldn't go for Zach Ridgway. Rebound on Isaac Humrickhouse. They get it to Jace Clark, and Jace Clark takes a jump shot. And that's going to be blocked by Jankoviak. They go back the other direction. Going to be tipped out of bounds. Good defensive play on the attempted layup, but it's going to belong to Tri-Central. So they're going to bring it in, left the bucket on the baseline. We're going to see Grayson McFalls for Tipton back in the game. 6'8" junior. I remember a few years back, several years back, Tipton had a 6'11" and a 7-footer. Jacobs was one of them. Outside the arc, three-point shot, rims around, falls in. Three-point shot, Tri-Central 24. Logan Sargent. 45-39, a 6-point game. Clock moving, 3:28 left here in the fourth. To the corner, they work at the Grayson McFalls. Back out, Isaac Humrick, skip pass, left side. Quinn Smith now back out top. Peyton Aller back to Quinn. They'll go to the corner with it, move the ball around, touching the hands briefly. It was Jace Clark. They moved into Peyton. Reverse layup. Peyton Aller gets the assist. And 21, Grayson McFalls with the reverse layup. And be a timeout. Timeout, full 60-second timeout called by Tipton. 3:10 left here in the fourth quarter. It's 47-39. Tipton by 8. And we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll also mention this game is in parts being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals. When you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They're at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana. They're located at 1708 South 8th Street. You can simply call them at 317-773-4800. Again, their number is 317-773-4800. They have up to 26-foot box trucks available, and a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And a Penske Truck Rentals. The name Penske alone takes any possible concerns away from any travel. That's Indiana Express Rentals in Noblesville. Ball's going to be brought in backcourt. Brought in by Sargent. They'll work across the timeline. On the dribble there is 22, Cooper Leininger. Being guarded in the front court by Peyton Aller. They'll work the ball around. They'll work it down low. They're going to be picked up outside the paint by Isaac Humrick on the steal. 2:53 clock moving. 8-point advantage for the Blue Devils. 47-39 in the front court. Grayson McFalls baseline. He's being guarded by Jankowiak. That's a good matchup. They'll work it right side behind the arc. They go to the corner with it. Isaac Humrick being guarded there by Rajah Diaz. They'll bounce it baseline. Try to pass near the paint there. And tough pass to handle for Aller. Back the other direction. 22, Cooper Leininger. 14-foot jump shot just inside the free throw line. Wouldn't go for Jankowiak. Rebound tipped and credit the board to Quinn Smith. 2:15 clock moving in the front court. Out top, Quinn Smith. Left side, going to go baseline drive. Isaac Humrick back to Jace Clark. Cross court pass, good athletic catch. Across the lane there by Peyton Aller. They're gonna whistle a foul. It's going to be whistled on Tri-Central. They'll call that one on 24, Logan Sargent. He has number 2 in the contest. They'll work it in. Quinn Smith, going to be another foul. They're going to try to get him on the line. They got to get their fouls built up right there. That's just the second foul here in the quarter for Tri-Central. They're going to have to foul a few more times quickly to get it into Quinn Smith. They're trying to foul him. The ref won't call it. Outside the arc, thought about a shot. Grayson McFalls. Out top, Peyton Aller. Sargent's trying to get a foul. 151, they're going to need to foul. That's about the only strategy they'll have. They go to the corner with it. It'll be a traveling violation as Grayson McFalls tries to go baseline before putting the ball down quick enough. 1:45 on the game clock. And the ball's going to be brought in front of the Blue Devil bench by Logan Sargent. Guarding the inbound is Quinn Smith. Going to toss it in. Bounce pass, 22, Cooper Leininger. Cooper Leininger, a good ball handler. Working against him is Peyton Aller. They'll bounce it in, Jankowiak. They'll work it left side. Sargent takes a three-point shot short off the rim. Wouldn't go. Ball tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Tri-Central. 1:32 left here in the fourth quarter. 47-39. Ball brought in, Peyton Aller. You're going to pass through the front court and be intercepted off the deflection by 22, Cooper Leininger. Leininger in the front court. They're going to take the shots quick. There's Diaz. 2-point shot off the glass. And it's now a 6-point game. 1:13 on the game clock. Blue Devils in the front court. 47-41. Out top, center circle, Isaac Humrick. Going to work it back out, and there's going to be a timeout call. Timeout called. Tipton calls a timeout. It's a full 60-second timeout. And with 1:04 left here in the fourth quarter, Tipton 47, Tri-Central 41. And as I look around here, I'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Encompass. Checking in during this timeout is 22, Kellen Williams. Encompass Credit Union. If you're looking for a financial partner that's as community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans or higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they got you covered. Join them today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares, with branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo. And they are there to serve the community. Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them at encompasscu.org. Brought in Tipton, slightly backcourt, picked up there on the entry pass by Peyton Aller, and a foul immediately committed by Tri-Central, number 24, Logan Sargent. He has 3, and that's the 3rd foul here in the quarter against Tri-Central. They're trying to get Tipton to the line, but they'll need to foul 2 more times, get that 5th accumulative, and they'll toss it in. Peyton Aller, they're going to relax a little bit. Nope, they're going to try to foul, and they will. That was 22, Cooper Leininger. Leininger backed up to the inside the half-court line and then realized, hey, I need to foul, and he did. But he had to find Peyton Aller in the backcourt in a hurry. 58.4 left. Brought in Grayson McFalls. Going to be an over in the backhook. So making that reception with the basketball, he jumped from the front court as Grayson McFalls was already in the backcourt. And he tosses it to Peyton Aller that ends up in the backcourt. And that's a toughie. That's the one you got to think about and watch the video a few times. But they give the ball to Tri-Central. Brought in by Diaz. Trying to get it through the timeline. That's 22. Cooper Leininger lost the handle. Picked up by Peyton Aller. He makes a good steal and a pass to Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams hits the deck. Tri-Central right there to help him back up. 48.5 seconds left. So they're going to walk the distance. That's going to be the 5th foul in the quarter against Tri-Central. Tipton has no fouls here in the quarter. That doesn't mean a whole lot. I'm just letting you know. But I'm going to the foul stripes. To shoot 2 is 22, Kellen Williams. They put that in about 3 years ago. They went with 5 accumulative fouls in 1 quarter. It gives you 2 shots. There's no 1 shot taken anymore unless it's the back end of a 3-point play or a 4-point play on a 3-point shot. So left-handed stroke, first shot good. Kellen Williams. Jace Clark going to exit the ball game. Back in the game for Tipton. He is 23, Quinn Toll. And there'll be a timeout called by Coach Heineman. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. Coach Heineman. And then we'll mention Scott G. That's Scott Gashaw. He says when time is good, when you share, you should. Share and share alike. Support Indiana Middle School and Indiana High School athletics. We'll let you know a little bit about last year. Class 6A. I should say 4A. They only have 4 classes in basketball. Top 5 in 4A last year. Number 1, Fishers Tigers, 30-1. Number 2, Westfield Shamrocks, 18-4. Number 3, Greenfield Central, the Cougars, 23-4. Number 4, Crown Point Bulldogs, 23-3. 2 teams tied at number 5. That was Anderson Indians and the Avon Orioles, 21-3 and 20-4. So there's the first buzzer. 60-second timeout. 3A, it was Indianapolis Cathedral, South Bend St. Joe. New Palestine was tied with Brownstown Central for 3. And then number 5, Guerin Catholic. That was 3A. Dearborn Catholic has a new coach. Their coach got a promotion. He went to Fishers, I believe. No, Southeastern. Coach Allen went to Southeastern. At the foul line, Kellen Williams got the bucket. We got both of them. It's 49-41, 47 seconds left. Crossing the timeline on the dribble. Working right there at 22. Leininger tipped to the backcourt. And then with the basketball, Trice Central, they call a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And we'll also mention top 5 in Class 1A a year ago was Clay City. They're the Eels, 26-2. Number 2 was Hauser, the Jets, 24-4. Number 3, Clinton Prairie Gophers. Clinton Prairie Gophers, remember that McGraw kid, I'm sure he's going to light him up in the college ranks. Clinton Prairie, 26-3. At number 4, Orleans, the Bulldogs, 25-4. And then number 5, Bloomfield. That's over by Bloomington, 17-8. Class 2A AP, as you know. Class 2A. Number 1, Wapahani. Number 2, South Ripley. 3, Manchester. 4, Park Heritage. 5, Northeastern. Trice Central going to bring it in. Right there in front of Mr. Donnie McElfresh. Tossed in backcourt. On the dribble, trying to find the timeline. He will. Cooper Leininger on the dribble, being guarded there by Kellen Williams. They'll get it to Sargent. He'll take a 16-footer from the free throw line. Wouldn't get it. Fighting for the board. Coming down with it was 21, Grayson McFalls. 6'8" against 6'4". Jan Koviak. Jan Koviak knew that was his final foul. He's standing there at the scorer's bench. Coach Hindman now has 30 seconds to find a guy to go in. He's already sent him in. That used to be a 1-minute area for coach to find somebody. They dropped to 30 seconds now after a guy fouls out. 29 and a half seconds left. First shot rims around, wouldn't go. Grayson McFalls. You can just see him. He's towering out there. He's a big guy. Absolutely. 49-41, 29 and a half seconds left. Blue Devils in front, and now 50-41. We're going to bring the ball in. Diaz from the backcourt. Logan Sargent, quick dribbler. Right with him, foot for foot, is Quinn Smith. They're going to try to make a pass, stolen by Quinn Toll. And Raja Diaz is going to foul Toll in the backcourt. And Toll's going to make the walk. He'll walk to the free throw line. He'll be there for the second time in today's ball game. So that foul whistle on number 10, Raja Diaz. 6'5" junior. And what, he got some upside. I'm sure some colleges are going to look for him next season. First shot rims around, wouldn't go. He'll get one more. 20.8 left. Quinn Toll, the quarterback for the Tipton Blue Devils. Second shot rims out, wouldn't go. Rebound, Quinn Smith. We get it back out to Toll, and there's going to be a foul whistle during the pass. He lost his balance. He was on the way down. He got fouled trying to pass it back out to Quinn Toll. So Raja Diaz picks up a quick third foul in the ballgame. Quinn Smith at the free throw line. He'll shoot 2 with 18.9 left. First shot rims around, falls in. 51-41. 18.9 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter. Second shot also good. 52-41. Brought in by Diaz. He'll dribble it to the front court. He'll pass off. Sargent, they're going to get him for a traveling violation. He saw that Quinn Smith was in front of him. There was a little space there. He didn't get the ball down on that first step. In the half court, the official calls a traveling violation, gives it back to Tipton. They'll get it into backcourt. They'll have to get it across the timeline. That's Peyton Aller on the dribble, being guarded there by Logan Sargent. He's in the front court now. 7 seconds. Going to get a screen there back to Quinn Toll. 2 seconds, and Quinn Toll will be holding the basketball when the final buzzer sounds. So Coach Tommy Newton picks up his first win as a Blue Devil coach. First year in the coaching ranks. Had to feel pretty good. Final score here tonight. Tipton Blue Devils 52. Tri-Central Trojans 41. And there is Noah Humrickhouse with his video out on the floor capturing the moment. So we'll mention next game on the agenda for the Tri-Central Trojans. It's going to be on Friday, December 5th, 7:30 start time. It'll be the Cowan Blackhawks as the Tri-Central Trojans. And then we'll also mention Blue Devils. Blue Devils' next game on their agenda will be Friday, December 5th. It's 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. Frankfurt Hot Dogs will be here at Tipton High School. So both teams can have some time off. We hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And then we'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let it go. Keep the fire burning.
Will present the Hooker Cup to the winning team, the Tipton Blue Devils. This time we'd also like to wish Coach Newton congratulations on his first win here at Tipton. On behalf of everyone here at Tipton Schools, we wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and a safe drive home. Good night. It's a missing of 12 now in the line coming out here that's been returned to the upper balcony. On the west side, you have a Santa Claus cover. It says Santa Baby of Clemus. You might check if you have your phone with you for the phone return to the score. Down to the